Hello, friends. Today's topic is car payments. Let's rant.
Alright, so I know that $539 a month car payment you're paying sounds crazy. Until you see this. The average car payment in America for a new car is $737 a month, and the average used car payment is $520 a month. I say that to say yesterday's price is not today's price.
So typically whenever something happens to my car, I automatically just want to go get a new car. I'm like, check engine light on, go get a new car. Need new tires, go get a new car. So my check engine light came on probably about like a couple weeks ago, and then I was having troubles like starting my car after I got gas, like put gas in my car. So last night I was like, okay, I just need to go get a new car. So then I started pricing out, like, cause I already know what car that I want. I want to go electric. No, it's not a Tesla. And I priced it all out, seeing how much car payments were. Child, I'm about to go get my car fixed and go get some new tires because we're keeping my Ford Fusion. Because what? Y'all are out here paying $800,000 car payments? That is insane.
So I bought my car and I financed it for $84,000. But I have been making $1,400 a month pay.
That video to me is fascinating for a couple of reasons. One, most people didn't even bother to watch the entire video. Two, she actually describes her mindset at the time when she purchased it and the growth in that mindset. And that's the mindset that a lot of people actually have. The mindset of, fuck it, doesn't matter, I'm just gonna pay for it. It is what it is.
$50,000 worth of payments. Yeah, well, I've only paid off $10,000 of the balance.
Now she talks in that video about her growth in that process. She talks about how she was paying $84,000 for a Chevy Tahoe at $1,300 a month. And over the 3 years that she owned the vehicle, she's only paid $10,000 toward that vehicle. That is bananas. But that was her mindset at the time. Full disclosure, my payments are $1,591 for our GMC Acadia Denali. The big difference though is our car is 0% interest over 3 years, so in 3 years we will fully own the car outright. In the last 2 years that we've owned the vehicle, we have paid about $38,000 toward the actual car. So the car is almost paid off. In that TikToker's video, she talks about how she will be buying a car that is fully paid off with 0 payments. It's a great feeling.
I'm really happy for myself because that is growth. I'm so glad that I don't really care about materialistic things anymore. And
most importantly, she talks about her growth mindset, and people miss that point. Yes, she made some really shitty decisions before of buying an $84,000 Tahoe at more than likely something about 8 to 10% interest. And she didn't do that because she had bad credit. She did that because she simply wanted it. And their credit was good, but because she purchased one vehicle, the second vehicle needed to actually have a higher interest rate because banks look at your actual amount that you're borrowing versus how much your income is and how much your debt you have. It's called your debt to income ratio. So she grew up out of that mindset that some people haven't done yet, even if they're in their late 30s, haven't done yet, and figured out I should probably carry on less debt, live a much more calm lifestyle instead of trying to keep up with everyone else out there. It's not realistic, and you probably can't do it long term, and you'll live stressed out, and you'll be pissed off, like you see so many people on the actual app here that are pissed off all the time at somehow people affording things. So yes, obviously not everybody can afford a $1,591 payment, but when you have no other debt and you've worked on making sure you manage your debt properly early on, you can put yourself in a better position for the future. It's what I've been teaching my kids, so hopefully they don't come out with a lot of debt out of any potential situations that they're in. Hopefully they end up buying a home really early on in their lives, and I'll try to help them out wherever I can possible. But the reality is, if you manage your debt properly early on, and I get it, sometimes you can't. Sometimes life situations throw you for a big ass curveball. Trust me, I understand. But the faster you try to pay off that debt, the better your situation is in the long run. That's my lesson for the day.
Car repossessions are up 23% as more people fall behind on their payments. Y'all, I'm going to tell you because I'm not paid to lie and gaslight you like politicians and news anchors. Okay, I'm an independent journalist. It is very obvious that we've been in a recession for years. That's why we're now headed into depression territory. 2025 is not looking good. Save your money, keep your bills low, pay off your debt. I'm not giving you any advice that I'm not trying to follow myself. It is harder and harder to find a job. Everybody getting laid off. And again, things have been really ugly and really up and down since COVID. Okay, some people bounce back, but a lot of people have been like on the economic roller coaster since then. Them interest rates is high on everything, cars and housing. Next year not looking good. Stay prayed up.
So I have struck a nerve with a lot of people on this post. A lot of people are screaming like, you shouldn't live out of your means. Like, I'm not living out of my means. I just genuinely have questions because I know how expensive these vehicles are per this comment. And honestly, thank you for comments like this one, because that's what I was curious about. Like, how are you guys affording these cars? And I appreciate everyone being open and honest. Like, yeah, we have mid 6-figure jobs. My husband does really well. I got it from my parents, etc. And I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of this Honda to get something else. I love this Honda. I do. The Tahoe's just my dream car. I'm just probably never going to get it. And we're going to drive this Honda until 2055. Now, like, in these situations where cars are $2,000 a month, like that's more than half of people's paychecks, legitimately. And then for us, like, we live pretty moderately, but we have twins. We have expenses because of the twins. I work from home, but it doesn't allow me to watch them and work from home, so they have to go to daycare, and twin daycare is not cheap. Plus, I want them to have like an interesting life, so we pay for things like they go to gymnastics, they go to dance. Like, yeah, we don't have to do that, but I want them to have fun. I appreciate comments like this. Really, I do. I do not appreciate the comments that are just like, you shouldn't live, not within your means. Like, okay. And like, people are just hateful, man. But thank you. This is what I wanted. Thank you.
Do you have a high car payment? Comment down below.
I recently bought a new car, and this is exactly how much it costed. For context, I got 2025 Honda CR-V Sports Touring, which is the upper term model. MSRP on the car is $42,605. The dealer discount that I got on the car was $2,582.62. This discount took multiple hours of negotiation at the dealership. Definitely a topic for another video. After the dealer discount, the base price of the vehicle comes down to $40,022. $673 for vehicle excise tax and licensing fee and title and all of that. The sales tax on the car is $4,202. There is a $200 documentary fee and $473 asset protection insurance. This is the gap insurance. The salesman did a really good job and I ended up getting it. This brings the total cash price of the vehicle to be $45,571. I got 3.9% interest rate, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. I paid $0 down payment. Whole process was a little intimidating, but I guess going in with my research was really, really helpful because I knew exactly what car I wanted, what color I wanted, the trim I wanted, and whatnot. Since I did this process recently, let me know if I can answer any questions.
This is a question for anyone who has a Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon.
Okay, we just bought a 2025 Tahoe. I mean, it comes down to the big picture. How do these people spend their money? We save our money. We don't put in a swimming pool like everyone else. So that when it comes time for the bigger purchases, we have the money. I got a good trade-in on my prior vehicle, so that helped. And then we always put half down on a car and pay off the other half. So my car payment is $411. I can show y'all. And we got a 5-point-something interest rate because our credit is good. So the answer is they either can't afford it and buy it anyways, or there are a few people that are good with their money. And so no, our car payments are not $1,100. Just comes down to the bigger picture of how you spend your money. You should be, it would be nice if everyone was smart with their money, but they're not. So either they can't afford it and they do it anyways, and like you said, they have these ridiculously car payments, or some people are actually smart with their money and save it long term. Like if you save your money every year, you can eventually afford nicer things.
Okay, now we're talking numbers, which is something that I do every day, but not about my personal life. So $766 is the car payment, $16,000 down, 3.99% interest rate for 60 months. And if that doesn't convince you, let me show you my key for the day. This is my key for the day. It's a key card, so cool. I have a really small purse and didn't want it to be all stuffed, so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try this key card. So yeah, super cool. Also, Lexus, please hire me. I'm trying to pay this car off in like 2.5 years, okay? Thank you. Bye.
I'm going to say it right now. I think the biggest flex of 2025 is driving a car that is completely paid off. I don't care if it's old. I don't care if it's a beater. I think that's cool. I think to have a car that is completely paid off that you owe no payments on, that is the vibe for 2025. We are not overspending on cars anymore. That's out.
Having a high car payment these days is wild, but if you can afford it, then do you? But if you can get a car with no payments is great. Comment what do you think. Until next video.